Welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy, this sticking it out scenario. This should be the last 15 minutes of turns and review of the map. I've already gone through the setup on the first series of turns if you want to look at those. Okay, we've got a situation here where a couple of stugs. I think this Panther has already got a weapon mount hit, so it's not going to be a problem. Got some infantry that's... Are they completely wiped out or just pinned down? Yeah, it looks as though they've been wiped out. It's nice to see. Same is true here, they're falling short here. It's pretty much, I would say, it's not so much all done, but there's not an awful lot left to go. Got a knocked out Panther here. I think we knocked 4 out so far. Well, there's nothing else to do here, just go through these last few turns. Famous last words perhaps, but actually that Panther is now using its main gun on infantry. Should probably get that Piet team across. Keep hitting that still gets caught in the crossfire really. Same with this hit here. I think they must be shooting at this mortar. And these guys are starting to move forward. Could do moving. These guys getting up and moving out of that position where they're getting shot at. What was that was getting hit there? Actually, yeah. Should be a little bit of a duel here. Yep. Come on, you guys. Get into position a bit quicker. Let's see what happened in the centre here. Getting lost here at the moment. Sure, they're getting casualties from actually. Just push it across a little bit. There you go. Got a hit on the assault gun. Let's knock that one out. This one's coming across here, so hopefully that'll also be in that sort of position. Got any AT assets? No Piats at least. I still can't get this guy but just dismount up. If I give him move orders, I'll try to probably move the actual gun. Oh, there's no brakes in that. I'm just going to see which way this one. Let's stop there. Just going to have a look at that. Ammo is empty, great. I just realised there's no ammo left in the pit. That's great. Oh. As long as they don't start shooting at it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, mortar teams still won't move out of position. And they're still, oh, they can't, you know, it annoys me when they do that. It really does. Still no. These guys all hiding, hopefully they are. I'm just gonna change that. As well get these guys back out of that position, because if there's no peer ammo, that's those have got peers. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it's just saying it's no. am I going to get them into here though? This is the only way possibly I can get these guys in here. Let's see how that goes. But I wish this mortar team would actually just get out of that situation. What is this? It's going a strange route again. Run! Get out of the way! Actually, have we got that? Looks like we got that one too. Just see what happens here. Of course, that's a great limitation of the AI, that it doesn't ever learn from what's going on. That's knocked out. Bam. Oh, that was going to be the last one, I think. Yeah, look, this infantry's pretty much pinned down and finished. Still expecting some 3-inch mortars on there. It's a lot of targets for the 3-inch mortar. What's going on in this? These guys pinned down. Coming down the last 11 minutes. Hopefully those 3 inches will come around soon. Panzer IV still on the move. Quick, that's not looking good. Weapon mount hit. That's already knocked out, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Oh, actually it's hitting... Is it taking on its half tracks? No, it's hitting the... I need these guys to... Don't run across the road! What is going on? These guys, for some reason, instead of just running into that dead road, they run right across the road. Oh, which is really annoying, but... What? How the hell did that get there? What? How the heck did that get there? That's completely taken me by surprise. How the heck did that get there? That's come through that fence. That surprised me totally, that. That's totally taken me by surprise. Wow. It's about to get interesting. That has completely taken me by surprise. What can that see over across here, actually? I think it's just hitting tanks that have already been knocked out, to be honest. Are these guys going to actually do what they're supposed to do? No, they're not going to do that. What the heck are these guys doing here? Let's see how that goes. Quickly turn around, you fool. One of you. What is going to happen with this? This is bizarre, this situation. What's going to happen with this stug? Is this Wolverine going to turn around and see it? Now come on, one of you turn around and see that. I mean, look. See? He's got to see it. Yay. Wow. What was that there? Can they see that panther? Yeah, they started firing at him. I keep hitting this panther even though it's been knocked out for some time. Let's get into that sort of position there. I'd like to bring this Mark 4 around to knock that out, but let's just get this into kind of covered position again. Yeah, that should pretty much do it for this game, I think. Just these guys having a little bit of a duel with this panther. Long. So the gun's short, the gun long. See if they can actually hit the thing. That's another one short. You'd think they'd find the range by now on a static target. We've only got 2 more shots to go. Come on, you can do it. And that's massively long, massively short, massively long. Come on, hit it. One more shot. In fact, no, I think they're out of them. Oh, this is the last one. I've just missed the last one. These mortar crew is still standing right there. The 3-inch mortars are coming in the way along. Those mortars are landing way long. Still landing way long. There's some great targets if they just open up. That's just crazy. They should be landing in this orchard here, but they're landing way beyond it. Don't get that. It'd be great if they could actually. May as well just use that, given the fact that they've just hide them now. I would love to take this panther out, but I don't want to risk that. See what I can do here. Maybe I can just kind of peek round the edge there. What is this guy doing here? Don't go on a wild goose chase. Do not go. Come on, clock, tick down before it does something really stupid. It's just going to get itself knocked out. Going, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if it went right way through the village and then walked straight in front of that panther's main gun. I keep making the mistake of it, just thinking it's going to go through a hedgerow, as you'd expect a tank to go through a hedgerow. I've got to abandon that whole idea, because that is just going to get it into trouble. Because you cannot trust the pathfinding on this, you really can't. See if I can. Just going to be able to hit any half tracks or anything. I want to see if I can pick off one or two half tracks, but I don't want to risk getting hit by that panther. It's crazy that this motor section just lying out in the open there, just getting shot to pieces instead of running up, just hopping over the wall, for heaven's sakes. I don't know what you can do when you got stuff like that. It's just, it's crazy, but there's nothing you can do. I'm just gonna see if I can do something about this. As always, there's no line of sight. Again, I can't really do anything until I've got that, possibly got that panther knocked out. That Wolverine shooting at the infantry. But as it is, that's the furthest the Germans have got, bringing that Stug into the village. And there's nothing really I can do at the moment, just the M10's almost certainly going to open up on this HQ first. I don't know how that's going to affect the Panther. That's it, don't go too far. It's going to shoot the infantry. It's got one of them. Don't go too far, you fool. You know what? I absolutely knew for an absolute solid gold fact it would do that. I knew for an absolute solid gold fact it would do that. Absolute solid gold fact. Absolute. That's why I was so reluctant to do that. I put the M10 in that position. There is no way in the world that that makes any sense whatsoever. Any sense whatsoever. It just does not make sense. The Panthers' attention is that way, their attention is that way, but it just makes solid gold sense for a combat mission that kind of thing happens. Look at that. They're looking in that direction. He's looking in that direction. They're buttoned up, and yet the M10 just keeps staring straight ahead like an android. That is just crazy. That is just absolutely nonsense. It's just absolute nonsense. Sometimes combat mission just shoots itself right in the foot, and that's perfect example. Perfect example. It gets so hard to actually defend this game when you see things like that happen. It is just sometimes it is just off the chart crazy. A tank destroyer getting surprised by a buttoned Panther that it's approaching on its flank. The Panther has all the time in the world, even though it's buttoned, to turn the turret to face that. It just, it just speaks volumes about combat mission and the failings that it has for a mature game system to do things. It's hard to take it seriously when you see things like that. There is no way in the world that a buttoned up Panther that is looking at a 45-degree angle sees a Wolverine, an M10, on its flank. Before the Wolverine sees it, the Wolverine just keeps staring straight ahead, completely ignoring, completely oblivious to the fact it's got a Panther right in front of it. That is just off the chart crazy. Absolutely off the chart. There are some things that are really great about this game, but honestly, there are so many things like that. It just drive you crazy. I've lost an anti-tank gun because it would not fire at an armour, at an assault gun that was fractionally outside its cover arc, even though it was being shot at by it. And I've just lost an M10 because it couldn't see a Panther that was right in front of it. In open ground. We're practically in cover. We're tucked up against hedgerow. We're pointing right directly towards it. We're right up against hedgerow, and there's a Panther, which is not an inconsiderable size of a tank, is sitting out in the open, and they get the first shot. Our gun is lined up on them essentially. They've got to swivel the gun all the way around, but they can get 2 shots into us before we can do anything. It's just crazy. It just does not make sense. Absolutely does not make sense. I mean, I made the mistake of not unbuttoning the M10. I don't know why they were buttoned in the first place. That kind of thing is just infuriating. I mean, look, even kind of buttoned, I think they are there. They've got a fair degree of visibility, surely. Let's just play this down. And that 3-inch fire is still massively. Why? There seems to be an obsession with shelling this empty. Oh, finally we got one round actually in the orchard. I've been waiting so long for a round to actually impact where they're supposed to go. There's massive targets inside this orchard. We just cannot get rounds to actually impact in it. I'd like to knock out this. Who's got visuals on this? Just the infantry. Yay! Tactical victory! What? Are you kidding me? Tactical victory. Are you absolutely kidding me? Tactical victory. What targets did we fail? Destroy Axis forces. 415 points. We failed that. In what sense did we fail that? Killed 50 men. Knocked out 8 tanks. 1 armoured vehicle. And that's a tactical victory. I don't get that. Sorry. Don't get that. Don't get that. Don't get that. 14 enemy casualties, 3 Panzer 5s, 5Gs, 3 Stug 3. What's this saying? It's this Piat team. Who got that? Who the heck got that? 10 enemy casualties. Well done, boys. 8 enemy casualties. I thought they were completely wasting the time up there. Surprise. Who was it that got that? I'm still clueless as to who got this one. This Panzer 3. I don't understand that. That Panzer 3 was knocked out by somebody from here, but yeah. It was a mystery to me at the time, even when the shooting was going on. I can't... if you can tell me who knocked out that Panzer 3, I'd be very pleased to hear about it. Oh, it must have been this one. When did that... Surely that didn't get that Panzer 3 there? Panzer 5? I know it got the Stug 3 that got into the village, but... that one was already... maybe, I can only think it was already kind of semi-knocked out that I just finished it off or something. I could have sworn that was knocked out by Piat. There's an awful lot of half tracks here that have just parked up. If it hadn't been for that last Panther, I could have just pushed those two M10s forward a little bit and taken out more of them. But they were just parked up here. But I couldn't get there's a lot of casualties here. I couldn't get the artillery to come down exactly where I wanted it. I'm not sure how this is only a tactical victory. Seems a bit harsh. Just got this one guy left alive out of that team. It's that Sturmgeschütz crew, I think. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that got the 17 pounder. I think the 17 pounder is actually 77mm, isn't it? Not 76. One enemy casualty. Yeah. Anyway, I think that was pretty harsh. Only coming down as a tactical victory. Seems a bit strange to me. Oh, it did a lot better than that. The only thing I could have done to really improve on that was to knock out some of these half tracks, but again, I don't think. See if I can, yeah, that's working on that. I just couldn't get anybody with line of sight on it. Even these guys, I don't think could see that much. Oh, can't trace line of sight. What are these guys? Oh yeah, there you go. Forward observer. What are these guys doing here? This company commander or something, yeah. Company HQ and 2IC. They've kept well out of the battle. Well, yeah, I'm pleased with the victory. What is that? Is that a tree? I'm pleased with that victory. We, I learned a little bit more. I learned about the placing of the anti-tank guns. You've really got to be, especially when you don't have any sort of entrenchments, foxholes, trenches, that kind of thing. You've really got to keyhole your anti-tank guns. I think I did that pretty well. Learned about the cover armor arc and the limitations. Not sure how useful that's going to be in future. The problem is with the cover armor arcs, when you want them to just concentrate on armor, not shoot at infantry, you've pretty much got to use a cover armor arc. But you just got to be very careful about the boundaries, because if there's anything shooting at them from just outside the cover armor arc, they will not fire back. Even if they get knocked out in the process, they will just sit there completely oblivious to it. And yeah, maybe every time you're trying to sneak up a unit like I did with the M10 on the flank there, you have to unbutton them. I think that Wolverine that was pushing down on the flank to take out the last Panther, I think I had that buttoned, or that I shouldn't have, or that I forgot to unbutton it first. That might have improved that, but in general you have to be aware of the limitations of the game system, what it does well, what it doesn't do very well at all. The spotting for the mortars in this orchard was a bit strange. We were just getting, I would say 80% of the rounds actually landed in this field behind it. So when you have the spotter that's so close to it, you'd expect it to be a bit better than that. But yeah, other than that, I consider it a good victory. I'm not sure about a tactical victory. I think we stopped them pretty much short. If we could have taken out this Panther with that Wolverine, that would have made a big difference. I think we'd have got the points for the Panther, and also I could then have pushed the other Wolverine forward into a position where maybe it could have started taking on these half tracks, which would have been fun, trying to knock all these guys out. But there you go. That's a victory, so we can move on to the next one. So we've taken Buron and we have held it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again next time.